Good morning, everybody. It is 11 o'clock in the villages. We're having a very chilly spring day, but that's okay. It's the first day of spring, and we're just going to celebrate a couple of more cold days before we warm up for good here, hopefully. Today we are doing the Black Lowry Songbook, page 36, which is Ach du lieber Augustin. We'll call it a German-Irish drinking song since we just celebrated St. Pat's Day. This will be a lot easier than what we did last week. We worked on the St. Louis Blues last week, and hopefully you picked up thing, one thing, because that's all you are required to do. Every other week, we go back and forth from the beginning of the book, which is C, F, and G, just those chords, and then that gives you a chance to work on your right hand skills. It also gives you a chance to get those two hands together. And when you're with us, play along with me. And how you play along with me is just keep yourself on mute and make sure that you push easy only. Easy only. And that way you can follow what this instrument is doing and play along. And if chords happen to be your problem, practice with me. Just play the chords when we're doing everything. Okay, you see I have these pink little cards in. Why? Because that's where our left hand goes, always between the C up to the B. Don't go anywhere outside of this little box. You can play all of your easy play chords right here. C, D, E, F, G. Pretend like there's a little golf ball in the palm of your hand and your fingers curve naturally. Super glue those fingers to the keys. Take your second and third finger and push them up into these two black keys a little bit, the E flat and the F sharp. If your fingers are too big to get both of them up there, just get that third finger so it nudges the E flat. That way you will keep a nice hand position. Every chord in easy play can be reached from here. Minors, sevens, and all your major chords. All right, so Ach du lieber Augustin is actually in song setup. So I pulled it up here on the beautiful fanfare, and it comes up to 154 beats per minute on an pa waltz. That's a little fast, but I'm going to play it exactly the way it sets up, and you can listen to it and have an idea what it sounds like. I think you already know this song, but here we go. We're not going to play it that fast. No worries. Now, what did you notice about this song? Is there anything special about this song? Anything that you noticed? Let's take a look at the chords. Let's take a look at first page as compared to second page. What key is this song written in?
That's a good question.
That's a very good question, isn't it? Yeah. What key is this song written in? What would you guess?
I could say C.
The last
say
one's supposed
C?
to be Jeff.
F? Okay.
F.
You're both right. You're both right.
Oh,
You're both right. This is one of those songs that starts in the key of C for the first half,
yeah.
and your two chords are C and G. And on the second page, starting in measure 4, you switch to the key of F, and your chords are F and C.
Huh.
So it's the word is called modulate. Modulate means it goes from one key to another. That's all that means. Now you can go on Jeopardy and get the answer for that. All right. Now, if you look at the first line, right hand. Let's just look at the notes. That's the first two measures. If I go to the first two measures in the key of F, it starts on line 1, measure 4. Oh my. Same tune, isn't it? It's just shifted from starting on one note to starting on another note. And you need to put that B flat in the key of F. And your music theory behind that is because the key of F has B flat in the scale. You don't need to know that to play it. You just follow what's here. So now, since we have the first part of the song in the key of C, and they wrote it again in the key of F, and no, we didn't have to do any transposing because our hand is just shifting and our chords are shifting to play in that new key. So no worries about that. You just play what's there. Because of having a black key, that B flat every now and then, your fingering may or may not be exactly the same as what it is here. It'll probably be a little bit different to accommodate putting in that black key in the middle of your playing. Now here's the question. If you are using your music background, your style, all right, which chord do you start with? That is the question, isn't it? 99 times out of 100, it's the last chord of the song. This is the one time out of 100 when that doesn't work. So you have to look at the two pieces as separate. So you want to start this one with the last chord where the first part ended, and that would be a C. So the first part of the song is in C, so you want to start your intro with a C. We're not going to play at 154. But that's what's going on with this song. So now you learned one thing. Songs can modulate from one key to the next, no transposing needed. And all it's doing is rewriting the song on a different scale. You don't have to know which scale it is, except you just play what's there. You just follow what's exactly there. You don't need to know the music theory behind it. But you do need to know the fingering. So if you've got your pencils out, let's do fingering. Remember, my fingering is subjective to change. So if your fingers do something a little different, it's okay. Erase mine and put your own in. As long as it's consistent, every time you play that part of the song, just be consistent. I actually have 2 sets of fingering for this whole song. I'm only going to give you one. Stop. I did not tell you to go yet. All right. G is 4, A5, G4, F3, E2, C1, C1. Put an arrow on the D and make it a 3 or a 4. Either one works, but let's do the 3. G1, G1. Next line, E4, C2, C2. Check mark. Take a breath with your hand and shift it. G4, A5, G4, F3, E2, C1, C1. Put a little arrow on this next note. Let's make it a 3 or a 4. Either one works. G1, G1, C2, D3, G1, G1, E4, C2, C2. Last line, D3, G1, G1, E4, C2, C2. Check mark. That's going to be another shift. You're just going to pick up your hand and move it. G4, A5, G4, F3. Top of the page, E2, C1, C1. Put a little arrow on the next D. Make it a 3 or a 4 if you wish. G1, G1, and C2. All right. If that's all the farther you play on this song, you've got the whole song. That is the whole song. You don't have to play it in the next key if you don't want to. You can just cross out that whole second page and just go back and play it again, in the same key you were just in, because that's the end of the song, basically, right there at the end of the third measure in line 1. Let's go on with fingering in the key of F. C4, D5, C4, B flat 3, A2, F1, F1. Put an arrow on the next note, make it a 3, C1, C1, A4, F2, F2. Check mark, shift your hand. C4, D5, C4, B flat 3, A2, F1, F1. Put a little arrow, this is unconventional fingering, make that G a 3, C1, C1, F2. Next line, G3, C1, C1, A4, F2, F2, G3, C1, C1, A4, F2, F2. Check mark, shift your whole hand. Whoop, here comes somebody. Let them in. C4, D5, C4, B flat 3, A2, F1, F1. Put a little arrow just to mark this next note, make it a 3, C1, C1, and F2. Okay, question? Nope? Okay. All right, let's talk about quarter notes, half notes, dotted quarter notes, eighth notes, dotted half notes. Oh my. Remember that the dot, right off the bat, you have a dotted quarter note. The dot next to a note adds 50% of the note's value. So that first note gets 1.5 counts. The other half is made up with the A eighth note with the flag, the single flag, and then you have 2 more eighth notes connected with a flag. Why do they do that? Why didn't they just put a flag on all to connect all 3 of them? They do it to make it easier for us to read the beats. They will usually start your flags connecting notes on a beat, not in between the beats. In between the beats, they'll have just a single flag. And again, you don't need to know that, but it does make it easier for us to read the notes. Then you have quarter notes and some dotted quarter notes and eighth notes again. Let's go to line 3. In measure 2, you have a dotted half note. Well, if a dot adds 50% of the note's value, then a dotted half note gets 2 plus 1 or 3 counts. We are in waltz time, 3/4 time. You will never see a whole note in waltz time. A whole note is just the white circle with no stem, and it always gets 4 counts. You will never see a whole note in 3/4 time. Now conversely, and that we don't have any in this song, you could see a whole rest in 3/4 time. Instead of having a dotted half rest, which is what I would do, I would make it a dotted half rest. No, they make it a whole rest. A whole rest gets 3 counts on a waltz, and it gets 4 counts in 4/4. Why they did that, I don't know, but that's just the rules. That's just the way it is. All right, we're going to play this, and I am going to take the tempo way down. We're going to play it at, let's play it at 100. That might even be too fast yet. So stay muted. You can play along with me if you wish. One hand is all you need. Okay. This is still going to be too fast. Let's put it down. Put it down to 90. 1, 2, 3. We'll stop right here. If you wanted to stop the song right there, that's fine. You're good. That is the whole song. To play it in the key of F, you just shift your hand. Shift your hand. Well, let's start right here at the top of the page. Last measure. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Pretty easy both ways. Pretty easy both ways. Did anybody notice a difference in how it sounded? One was just a little bit lower in pitch. Some people actually think that the scale of F sounds a little sadder than the key of C. Those of us with relative pitch don't see any difference, but there are some people who hear the different scales as having different tonalities, or one's a little happier, one's a little sadder. It's interesting that there's some real interesting studies about that. Let's try the whole song one more time, and this time we're just going to play it straight through. 1, 2, 3. And switch. Just a nice, light, happy song. And it's not hard. So anytime you're feeling blue, or you just want to play something that you know is going to make you feel a little bit more upbeat, sit down and play Ach du Lieber, and you'll feel better automatically, because it's just a fun song. We're going to play it one more time, then we're going to review some of the things we did last week. Ooh, do we have to? Yes, we do. Let's try this one again. 1, 2, 3. Switch fingers. Okay. Any questions about this song? Do you see how far you have come? Do you actually see how far that you have actually made on your musical journey? Yeah, all of a sudden these songs at the beginning of the book are easy. What a wonderful thing. Yeah. Let's go to the back of the book, what we did last week, the St. Louis Blues on
Page 99.
Yep, you are correct. It is page 99. All right, and we only did the first part of it because this is a very long song. And if you pick up one thing last week, then you did good. You did good. We're going to play part of it. If chords are your issue, please, please, please just practice the chords with me today. I'm going to go to song setup. Let's go backwards to the S's. Lots of songs in here. Come on, there you go. All right, and then we're swing march. And we're going to slow this one way down as well. Slow it down to 80. Just leave yours on easy. We start on the first beat, and I am going to count to 4. All right, just wait till I count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Rest. 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 All right, we'll stop right here. Okay. So if you notice, what we're doing with the eighth notes is we are what they call swinging the eighth notes. That means you're playing the first one a little bit longer and that second one is shorter. So you have to play long, short, long. You have to get off of that second one and get right to it. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. And if you follow your rhythm, your music style, it'll actually guide you into playing the swing eighth notes. Let's try that first page again. 1, 2, 3, 4. I did that wrong. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Rest. Rest. Let's try that one again. Trying to swing them and do it. I should just feel it. There we go. Last line. Let's turn the page. 1, 2, 3, rest. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, rest. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Rest. All right. And that's all the farther we went. So if you got that and you played it well, I didn't. This song has always been not a good one for me. I don't know why. I never, and I know people like Joanne would tell me, Dawn, you don't know this song? No, I don't know this song. I never did until I started teaching. There's always one or two of them out there that you just think you should know, and I never heard it before. I know, it's weird, until I started teaching it in this book. That was the first time I really started listening to and playing the St. Louis Blues. Next week, what we will do, because this song gets too long, The Lady is a Tramp, that's for next week. So we're going to tackle some chords. We're going to tackle some hard chords next week. Don't worry, next week we'll go over all of these. Your job today is to just get those eighth notes and quarter notes and dotted quarter notes done and do them right in the song we did today. All right, there we go. So let's go back to Lieber. Oop, my whole book is falling apart. That's okay. Go back to page 36. What did we do 2 weeks? Oh, we did Beautiful Dreamer 2 weeks ago. All right, we're going to go back to our Lieber. Well, I'm just going to pick any waltz. And slow it down. Let's do a different sound. Okay. Different waltz. 1, 2, 3. Okay, interesting how when we played it on an easy waltz, it didn't seem quite so happy as when we played it on an papa waltz. So yes, your waltzes are all different. So your homework is going to be to find out and play this song on every single waltz that you have. Or if you don't play it on all the waltzes, at least see which waltzes you have, because if you don't, we get stuck in a rut. And we all have our 5 favorite rhythms that we like to go to because we're comfortable with them and we play them. So there are several different types of waltzes in each organ. Check them out, see what you've got. Try different rhythms, experiment with different sounds. Yes, you're going to probably want the polka type sounds with this, but a polka won't work with this.
Mm-mm.
Why won't a polka work with this?
It's
Is it
4.
polka 4/4?
Correct, a polka's 4/4. That is correct. So you have to find a waltz that's going to give you the bounce. Give you the bounce. Papa is a good one. Carousel would work. Basic waltz would work, and then choose your instruments to be the polka sounds. An accordion would work. A clarinet would work. Try all of those sounds and until it works for you, but it'll at least get you looking to see how many different waltzes do I actually have on my instrument. Because I want you to learn to press all the buttons on your instrument too, and just see how comfortable you can get with your instrument. 2 weeks ago we did Beautiful Dreamer. So we're going to play Beautiful Dreamer, and that song is all about the weirdo roadmap. And
Oh,
once we
yeah.
play, yeah, this is a weirdo roadmap. I'm not even going to review it for you. I think you guys got it. And we're going to play the song, and then I'll let you all go to the beach. It's a great day to go to the beach. All right, watch your ties, watch your holding. 1, 2, 3. Two, three, hold, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, hold again, 2, go back to the beginning. Second line. Hold, 2, 3. Second ending. 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, hold again, 2, 3. Top of the page. hold, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3. Back to the beginning. Two, 3, hold, 2, 3. Go to the coda. 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, hold again. 2, 3. One, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, and touch your ending. Yay, yeah. Do you see how that easy waltz was a completely different feeling from the Papa waltz? One was very smooth and one was very, let's dance, let's have a good time. So waltzes can be very different. Explore your instrument and find out all the different waltzes that you have. And if you're not sure how to do it, check it out with your favorite PA at your favorite store, or give me a call and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. All right, you guys, any questions?
John,
Thank-
that
Yep.
Lieber, my mother used to sing that song, Did You Ever See a Lassie, a Lassie, a Lassie? Did you ever see a lassie go this way? And that,
I think Ethel heard of it that way too. Yeah. I think Ethel told me that's how she heard the song. I never heard it that way. My relatives, my ancestors were German, and so we sang Ach du Lieber. Yeah. I remember being a kid and being on my mom's homestead farm and having family reunions, and one of the uncles would play the accordion, and we'd all sing songs, and we learned them in German. Wow, did you bring back a blast from the past for me? Woo! Yeah. No, I never did know the English lyrics. I think Ethel told me those at one time.
Blast from the past for me too, because in 5th grade, when I was learning to play the saxophone, I learned a German song because my grandparents were German, and that was what I played in the school
Oh,
band production. Not this. I'm trying to remember the name of the song that I played, but it was a German
it
song.
was a German one, huh? Yeah. Yeah, fun stuff. I know. See, music just brings back some fabulous memories for all of us, and that's why we play music. It just keeps us happy, and it keeps us thinking, and it just keeps us
Definitely.
on our toes. You guys are the bestest. Have a great week. Some of you all see tomorrow. Some of you all see Thursday. Some of you all see Friday. Some of you all see Monday. You guys are great.
Every
Thank you.
day.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.